What is up, guys? Carter Wajenko here from the Tackle Box, and today we are going to be comparing line. Let's get started. Alright guys, so today we're going to be comparing two different lines from PowerPro. So first we got the original PowerPro line. This is a 4-strand braided line. And then we got PowerPro Super8Slick. So this is an 8-strand braided line. And there's some key differences between these two lines. Right here I got 50-pound test and then 65. And I'm going to be showing where I would use one over the other. So first, starting on the original PowerPro, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with. So the original PowerPro is a great line, and it's used for pretty much all applications. So it's a 4-strand braid, and if you guys have a spool or 4-strand braid from pretty much any other braid manufacturer in the industry, you can feel that line, and it's very rough compared to 8-strand braid. So what that's gonna do when you're using braid, there's two different scenarios where I'm gonna use braid. The first one is gonna be heavy cover, so I'll use 50-pound braid and up, so anywhere from 50 to 80 pound, and I'm gonna be fishing it in heavy cover and lots of grass. And what that 4-strand braid is gonna do for me in that grass is, I'm maybe on a punching bite, a frogging bite. They take that bait under, and you have the grass mat on top of it. And your goal, when you're fighting a fish in the grass, is to get that fish above the grass and work it above the grass and reel it in. Because when those fish get bunched up in that grass, it is pretty hard to get them out successfully, especially if it's bigger fish. It's pretty easy for them to get off. So what that 4-strand braid is going to do, because it's rougher, it almost acts like a saw. There are some pocket saws that are actually strings, and they almost look like braid, but they're metal, and they'll cut through trees. And this is similar to what this 4-strand braid is gonna do. It's not gonna cut through trees, but when you set the hook, it's going to cut through that grass because it has a rougher taper on it, and it's gonna cut through that grass, give you a better shot at getting that fish above the grass and getting it in, versus this Super8Slick. So when I'm gonna use this Super8Slick, obviously it's 8 strands, so it's gonna be a lot smoother. And there's a couple places where I'm gonna want to use this. So the heavier braid, 50 to 65. Only time I'm pretty much gonna use that is frogging in open water, maybe, or doing something in open water where I don't have to be cutting through that grass, but I'm still gonna need something heavy. So fishing wood is a great example, or just open water, fishing down a bank. And then the other situation where I'm gonna want Super8Slick is casting distance. So it's, in my opinion, casts a lot better than the regular PowerPro. So on spinning rods, I love to run Braided fluoro. Gives you much more sensitivity and a lot better casting distance. And I like to use 10 to 15 pound PowerPro Super8Slick in a high visibility color like yellow, red, or something where you can see that and detect those bites. I like to use the Super8Slick. You don't have to cut through grass with the spinning rod. It gives it a lot more casting distance, in my opinion. Comes off the reel a lot smoother, and it's just a lot better to fish with on the spinning reels. And you can definitely do it with this, but the Super8Slick is just a little bit better. Gives you a little bit more casting distance, in my opinion. But that is an in-depth review in comparison on these two lines. And if you guys had any questions, definitely leave a comment below, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Tackle Box. Thank you.